Now it's time to have a look at the Ladyship Mile on Sunday. And look, this race, plenty of interest, probably the toughest feature race of the day. Just having a look at the Tab Big Bets, there's some money for Nike Franco early in the week.
Nike Franco, I thought she had a chance to beat Frith the other day from a better draw, but the money is coming for this Dean Braun trained mare. Of course, she's taken out a really big Group 1 already this season over in Perth during that Inter-Dominion Carnival. Luke McCarthy, wonderful big-time driver, and usually when the money comes for the Braun camp, it's worth following.
And also some money for Fight for Glory, who, no surprise, in the All-Stars team.
I think she'll be better suited from this draw than Barrier 1. I know that sounds stupid, but I think she'll be able to work into that race a lot better on Sunday. And Mark Pert and Natalie Rasmussen, they've just got a habit of getting their horses spot on and racing at their very best on our biggest days.
What about the speed map? How do you think these ones are going to settle down?
Yeah, look, I think Frith has the early speed to cross to the front. We know she loves to burn out of the gate, and I think the draw's going to work well for Fight for Glory. She comes into Barrier 3 with the removal of the 2 emergencies, so I see Frith out in front.
Let's have a look at these lead-up races. And firstly, the Robin Dundee. Start Dreaming, very impressive. Big ask for her, though, this week after drawing so wide on the track. Yeah,
really tough draw. Barry Pernan's done a wonderful job with this horse. Beautifully driven by Blake Fitzpatrick last week. I thought Beresari was really good as well in that race. She had to do plenty of work, and I think she's just had no luck with barriers. And once again, she gets a tough barrier for Nathan Jack. But she's tough and she's honest, and she won't be far away. But Start Dreaming, I think, was the most impressive on that occasion. Willow gets a draw again, but I thought she's just been a little bit disappointing this preparation that was seen at Menangle. So I think Start Dreaming was the best run out of that race, but that draw really hurts her on Sunday.
And what about the week before, Amanda? We saw in the Sibelia Stakes, Frith, so impressive once she was able to find the front.
Yeah, she was really super. She really surprised me with how easy she did it, and that's why I think she's going to be pretty hard to beat.
What did you make of Nike Franco? When the gap opened up for her, she just wanted to bobble around.
I know they only went a 152 mile for that class. They will go a lot quicker on Sunday, and they sprinted that sizzling last half. Now, Nike Franco had her opportunity to get a little bit closer to Frith on that occasion, but she went rough in her gate, which concerns me just a little bit when she's drawn a lot wider on Sunday. So I'm just not quite sure where she's going to be in the run from that draw. I've left her out of my top 4. I know the money's come for her, and she's a very good mare. And I do respect her, and I wouldn't be surprised if she won, but that worries me when she went rough that other day, because she had the perfect run to beat Frith.
Yeah, look, I think going into that race, they knew they'd qualified for the Ladyship Mile after the win in Perth, so it was basically a chance to get a fit and then drive her where she was comfortable, and like when that run opened up, you would have liked to have seen her just hit top gear straight away.
She looked the winner at the 200.
Oh, look, I think that run was perfect for what she needs to do. Yeah. I would have liked to.
Where do you see her in the run then?
Well, I think she can come out of the gate, and then hopefully she'll find herself some cover. She can maybe put Fight for Glory in a good position early and cross Fight for Glory.
I think Beresari will go forward too. I think she's not brewing out of the gate, but she might be able to hold Nike Franco at the start. So there'd be interesting tactics. Even Barinia, that horse is flying for Paul Fitzpatrick. Its run the other day was enormous.
Yeah, there's a number of winning chances. It's the race where you probably got
to be cool the other day. Hit the line a lot better.
It was really good.
It was really cool.
Yeah, you've nearly got to throw in. It's a trifecta first 4 race, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is.
All right, we need your tips, Amanda. Who are you tipping in the Ladyship?
Look, I'm going for a bit of value. I'm tipping the 5 Fight for Glory on top to beat Frith, and then others in the race I'm including Start Dreaming. I thought she's been super for Barry Purden in her 2 wins here, and also the 8 Nike Franco.
Okay, what about you, Gareth?
I'm with the All-Star horse once again. I think she's going to be very hard to beat, Fight for Glory. I think she was pretty good the other day, winning a Friday meeting, but she done it with plenty in hand, and I think she's a really, really good mare. I think she can win. To defeat Frith, who's just a mighty mare, and she loves Menangle, and I think she's going to be out in front, out of trouble, and definitely the one to catch. There's a horse at a bit of a price quick draft. It's run in Victoria. Victoria to beat a few of these mares was extraordinary. She came from well back over 1700 and down the outside and was a really good win. And then last start, she was just 3 back the pegs and never got a crack at them at Melton. So she's not the quickest horse out of the gate, so that's a concern, but she does get into her races nicely, and she takes a little bit to wind up, so that big long straight at Menangle will suit her. And My Will, I know she's been disappointing, but I'm going to give her one more chance. She's going to get a soft run on the peaks.
I'm going to go with number 8, Nike Franco. I just think she maps okay. She's got explosive speed. I know we didn't see it last time out, but if she can put it all together, I think she's the way to go. Look, Frith last year was a similar price, racing Adore Me from barrier 1. She goes to the outside of the front. I think there's a lot more depth in this Ladyship Mile. I put her in for second, but I'm happy to take her on at the odds. 5 Fight for Glory for third, and I've thrown in number 7 Beresari for fourth. So my numbers there are 8, 11, 5 and 7. We're going to move on now to the New South Wales Derby, and it's lucky because we've got one of the owners here of one of the
Only a small share. Only a small share.
Can't refuse me going around in this race. But big bets. There has been some money for Can't Refuse. Not your money, but at $16, someone obviously thought it was worth having a few dollars on.
I think after last Saturday, when we all turned up and you had a share in a horse in the Derby, you just thought our Waikiki Beach was immoral. He'd go around in the Derby, win easily, and then just turn up on Sunday and win the final. But after talking to a few of the trainers and drivers, and I think he just did what he had to do, Waikiki Beach, and he's definitely the horse to beat, but they did get close to him. So when they walked out here on Saturday night, there was a few connections, a few trainer drivers and a couple of owners that thought maybe we're still in this hunt. Maybe we can take out this New South Wales Derby and put an end to the all-star domination of our big classic races right across Australasia. So I think he's definitely the horse to beat, Waikiki Beach, but I think Can't Refuse is just, he just keeps on improving. He's a horse that takes a little while to get into his work. And this long straight at Menangle will suit him. His runs in New Zealand weren't too bad. He just had some terrible barrier draws, but if you had a look at his sectionals, he was going as good as some of the horses in the top 3. But when you're 15, 20 metres off them, it's hard to make up ground when they're running those sizzling last halves. And he's going to be close to the speed. I'm not giving up hope here.
What about the speed map? I think our Waikiki Beach has got to find the front at some stage.
Yeah, look, the way, I know Zidana's drawn wide, but the way he flew out of the gate in his heat, I think he could do a lot from out wide and probably hand up to a horse like our Waikiki Beach.
Can't refuse.
Yeah. So
yeah, let's have a look at the performance of our Waikiki Beach. And in his heat, I guess this was the question mark, and probably the reason you guys all thought he's beatable. They went back. They tried. They didn't want to zing him up because he had been attacked the week before when he went 150.
Did he hit the wheel or something and got stirred up?
He did the week before. So Natalie was all about just trying to get the big fella to relax. Look, it's gloves off on Sunday. Yeah. They will be doing the best to get the horse to win. No worries about, look, he's going to the Great Northern Derby, but let's take out the $200,000 New South Wales Derby first. I thought this performance was tradesman-like. We've seen him do it before. He comes out, competes in a semi-final, gets the job done, and then he's better for the final.
Yeah. He's a horse that is full of quality. He's won 15 from 15, and he's the horse to beat. There's no doubt about that. 2,200 or 2,400 metres at Menangle. This will be his toughest staying test today. I know he took out a Breeders' Crown at Melton over 2,240 metres, but he was clearly the best 2-year-old last season. He was just heads and shoulders above everyone else. I think the 2,400 metres brings a few other horses back into this race. Darnham was really good the other day. Well, he's a world record holder now. And he's the horse that Nathan Jack and Amanda Turnbull have done a wonderful job with this horse, because he was purchased out here for the Ready for Run sales. He was a horse when he first started off, he could burn out the gate, but then he'd get really keen in his races. Now Nathan Jack can whiz him out from anywhere, and then he just falls asleep. And that's why he was so dominant with his sit sprint style last Saturday night. So you can't rule him out completely, but our Waikiki Beach is definitely the horse to beat, because I'm not 100% sure that he'll roll to the front on Sunday. He'll have to be as good as Lazarus to win the Derby, but he might just be.
Tips. We need your tips.
Yeah, look, I've obviously got our Waikiki Beach on top. I think the 4 King of the Stars, he was pretty impressive in the heat, and just the way he loomed up and looked like he was going to win. So I'm including him as the danger. I also like the 10 Zidana, just with that gate speed, and obviously he's a world record holder over this distance. And also the 14 Ascot Encounter. I really like the way he flashed home to finish 4th in his heat.
Gareth.
I'm with Can't Refuse at Eastway Price. I think he's a chance to take out the New South Wales Derby. Waikiki Beach is a superstar. He's definitely the one to beat. He could be another horse who just stamps himself with, well, you just walk away and say, how did this horse do what he just did? But you got to be in it to win it, Hayes. And if you don't believe, you might as well not turn up.
Well, I'm glad you believe it. It's nice to see, Gareth.
See Dana, I think he'll whiz across and get the gun run in the race. I think Nathan Jack has to use him up at the start because he's just got that blistering gate speed. And for fourth, I've thrown in the 9, Sprinter. I don't think he was right the other day. And his run in the Victoria Derby was as good as anyone's. Apart from Lazarus, his times were exceptional. He'll need a lot of things go his way from this barrier draw, but I'm not ruling out Sprinter to run a bit of a race. And I expect King of the Stars, because King of the Stars went pretty well the other day, and he did beat home, of course, Can't Refuse, and our Waikiki Beach. So I'll give him an each-way chance as well.
I'm going to go with number 7, our Waikiki Beach, a horse that can win another one. I think they can drive him a lot more aggressively this week. I think he can get the job done. I do give your horse a chance. Can't Refuse me to get into
we can do it, Hazy?
He's pressured you into it.
Yeah, a little bit of place prize money there for you. Ascot Encounter, Mandy, you've spotted that one. He zoomed home. If they went to war in this race, he's definitely a blowout chance that could come down the outside and beat them all. And number 10, Zidana for 4th. So 7, 3, 14 and 10 for me in the New South Wales Derby. Press ahead on to the New South Wales Oaks now, and this race is dominated by our Dream About Me. There haven't been any big bets.
You're in love
this
with
one.
her, aren't you, Hazy?
I think she is the superstar
Mrs.
of the
Hayes
future.
worried about her.
Yeah, well, if you could marry a horse, you never know. But let's have a look at the speed map. She's got the awkward draw. That's the big thing against her.
Yeah, it is. But look, Jodo Alicious in 3, she found the lead quite easily, and I think with this draw, to me, I think she's the early leader here.
Yeah, and look, she does have a bit of gate speed, and they weren't really keen to fire her out the other night. She found her feet before working to the front.
I think Emma Stewart trained filly might find the front over Dodalicious. I think she wasn't that comfortable in her gate early doors, and that's why Luke settled her into it, because she was galloping about I think 40 metres before they started to score up or the green light went on. So she'll be a lot better, of course, for a run at Menangle. But I think she's a special filly, this all-star filly, and she, like her last half the other day.
Oh, that's freaky.
Well, let's have a look at the performance in the heat. 52.53, her last 800 metres here.
Is that the fastest last half?
I think it's
do you
ever.
think? I think it is.
Hazy's a stat man.
I think,
surely.
I think they've gone 52.8 or something.
And keep in mind that this was yes, they walked through the first mile of the race. She was at the back. She did no work.
She shouldn't have won.
I understand all that, but this acceleration, this is free for all. Like, this is bow tied. Like, this is have faith in me. Like, she's a 3-year-old filly.
And yeah, but you make a good point, Hazy, because when we were having a chat to Nat Rasmussen in the gig on that Tuesday, I think she never said it, but she indicated, if you read her body language for mine anyway, I could be wrong, that she's better than Lazarus in our Waikiki Beach.
Yeah.
I think she's the
you
best
asked her
three-year-old.
who she would drive if they competed against one another, and her answer was, I want to see the barrier draw.
Yeah, and I think she would drive our Dream About Me, because it doesn't matter where she sits if she's going 52 and change.
Yeah, she definitely has an opinion of the filly. Even before her heat the other night, I saw her walking out on the track, and she's like, she spoke so highly of the filly.
She even said, make sure you come up and see this filly, because she looks like
she's built like a colt.
Yeah.
Look,
I think she just proved a point 2 with her drive the other day. Like, everyone was going, what are you doing, Nat? What are you doing? And then she goes, well, I knew what I had underneath me, and she looked a genius, and she said, look what this filly can do.
She'd win the Ladyship Mile if she was in it on Sunday, in my opinion. I think she'd give our Waikiki Beach a run for the money in the Derby as well.
Maybe she can win the Oaks and then turn up and win the Ladyship Mile.
Yeah, let's turn the clock back.
She's that good, according to you, Hazy.
We'll put it to the club.
And then the tips, what have you come up with?
Yeah, look, obviously 11, Our Dream About Me. I think the draw's awkward, but look, Nat Rasmussen, she drives this track better than anyone, and I think she'll get away from the pegs easily. I'm including the 3, Dodalicious. I thought her win in her heat was very impressive. The 5, Art Mistress, she powered home to finish second, and it's not the first time she's done that either, so I think she could be a bit of value for your first 4. And I'm also including the 13, Get in the Groove. So 11, 3, 5, 13 for me.
What about you, Gareth?
I'm with this super filly, Our Dream About Me. I think she's just something else, and she'll win easily. It doesn't matter if she starts 40 metres off him, she's that much better than him. In saying that, respect to Rock and Roll Magic, because she was the one that did run Our Dream About Me to a no. So I take that back. Maybe she has to start a little bit closer. Gavin Lang jumps back aboard. I think G Lang will be a determined driver on Sunday. He's ready to prove a point on these big Group 1s with the Emma Stewart camp. I see her leading Rock and Roll Magic, so I think she'll be. I think she finishes second. I think she's clearly the second best filly in the race. Dodalicious I've got a big opinion of, but I think she just lacks the class of the top two. And for 4, Soho Madeline, I think she'll get a gun run, but I was impressed with Getting the Groove the other day from the Grant Dixon camp. Yeah. She came from a long way back in that sizzling last half and got past Soho Madeline, who looked a moral for third. So I give Getting the Groove a wonderful chance as well, but I think something else is going to be something. Well, I think she's going to be pretty good. Our Dream About Me on Sunday.
Yeah, Supergirl, I've named her. She's a star. 11, Our Dream About Me. 7, Rock and Roll Music. Her run was just as, well, not as good, but not far behind. 3, Dodalicious, and I've thrown in number 1, Soho Madeline, for 4th as well. So it's 11, 7, 3 and 1 for me in the New South Wales Oaks. There are some other big races on the program on Sunday as well. We don't have time to go through each of them, but we do have our top selection in the rest of the races. Firstly, the Bohemia Crystal Mile, the Bohemia Crystal Free-for-All, not over the mile, the 2400 importantly. Smolder's drawn the inside of the second row. Amanda, does that matter?
I think it does a little bit. And if this is a race we're going to see him be beaten, I think this could be it. I'm still obviously leaning his way on top, but I think Mac Beauty is a big danger in this race. I think he's going to get the good run from barrier 12 in the running line, and if he's been driven with this sit lately, and that's really been agreeing with him. So I think he could be the knockout.
What's your top tip in the?
I think Smolders is the class above them. He's a Hunter Cup winner, Auckland Cup place, and the New Zealand Cup. I respect Mac Beauty, and I think our hijinks is a good place chance. He's low flying. I think Belinda McCarthy's got him back to that form that we saw him take out a Grand Circuit event early in the season. But Smolder, he's a superstar.
I'm going with Smolder as well. I'm probably more in Amanda's camp than yours. I think
just put him in your Maldives.
Yeah, I don't know about that. No, I don't know about that. I think if there's one short he goes down on the weekend, I think he could be it. But I am tipping him on top to win the race. Yep. What about the Tab Trotters Cup? Good race this one. Amanda, who have you come up with?
Yeah, look, I really like On Thunder Road. Darren Hancock's back driving him again, which is a big advantage. Darren didn't drive him his last 2 starts, and he galloped both of those times. He has a really good record over this 3,000 metres, which I think is going to sort a few of these out. So, yeah, I think he's off a 20-metre handicap, but yeah, On Thunder Road for me.
You're tipping Claudie's Princess?
Yeah, I like the man for Mickey Blackmore, the King of Kyabram. She's been there, done that at Menangle. She took out the New South Wales Trotters Oaks.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. I think she's just coming into her preparation just at the right time. I think she'll be hard to beat.
Yeah,
danger.
I'm going with On Thunder Road as well. I like what Amanda said. Darren Hancock back on. I think that's important. I think he'll do everything right this week. So I'm going On Thunder Road. Now the Miracle Mile Drivers Invitation. Interesting race this one, and that is race number 1 on the program. Amanda, who are you tipping in this?
Yeah, look, I really like Almost Illegal. He absolutely flew home, funnily enough, Eagle, to finish second the other week here. And look, he's got Gavin Lang in the sulky too, which is a big plus. Surprisingly, Gavin's never won a Miracle Mile, but yeah, I think...
Never won into Dominion either.
You won Trotters?
Yeah, Paces.
No, I think the horse suits Gavin as well. Who are you tipping in the race? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Another horse that you want.
No, I think Des Del Marafi. I've got a part share in this as well. He'll eat up the 2,400 metres.
How many horses do you have, Gavin?
You're tipping you're going to win the Derby. You're tipping you're going to win this one as well.
Well, Pete Rickson, I'm glad I got him on. He'll be just inside second row off the fence into the breeze. The main danger, however, is Almost Illegal. This little fella beat our horse at Melton 2 starts back, and I thought he was the run of the heaps, clearly, a couple of Saturday nights ago. And good on to Steve Duffy. He's doing a wonderful job with this little horse.
I do respect your bloke, Des Don Murphy, but Almost Illegal.
I wouldn't be tipping him if I didn't believe.
So what did the camp say after his first run here?
Well, he'd get a lot better. And I saw him work yesterday
well.
with James Rattray, and couldn't pull him up, does he? He's right on song, does him.
I'm going with Almost Illegal. Suited by Menangle, suited by Gavin Lang, and should be better for that one run here. He has been here previously, but with that recent run in his memory, I think he's going to be very hard to beat. So that's the Miracle Mile Drivers Invitation. What about the Lexus Lady Drivers Invitational? Amanda, what are you tipping in that?
Yeah, look, I'm sticking with Karen Manning, and she's driving Bertie Mac for Belinda McCarthy. I thought he ran second his last start. Luke McCarthy didn't knock him around in that run. He absolutely flew home. He's drawn well here over the mile. So, yeah, that's a very powerful combination for me.
You?
I'm with Bertie Mac as well. I thought his run was was extraordinary in the heats. He came from second last, I
Yeah.
think, and just flew down the outside. So he's a very talented horse. The only concern I have with Birdie Mac is it's been a really difficult horse to drive in the past. Karen Manning's a legend of the game, but she drives this horse for the first time. So that's the only little concern I have with Birdie Boy. But I think if he's close enough, he's within striking distance, he'll be just too quick.
Feast or famine for us. I'm going Birdie Mac as well. And the last race on the program is the Carnival Stakes. Who's your on-top selection here, Amanda?
Yeah, look, I've tipped the 3 Lord Zinzan. He's really impressed me in all of his races here in Australia, and he's been chasing the good ones his last 2. So good draw here. I really like him.
What price am I getting for Cat Haley's Delight? Did you see her the other night?
Big.
Haley.
Oh, I reckon I think DJ Binskin has just trained her to the very minute here.
Where did
Her
that
running,
come
her
from?
running against Smolder the night
Haley.
was full of class.
Yeah.
What price?
That's-
You
She must have had
love D. Binskin in the last race on a big day at Menangle. There's something about that.
Got the white gloves on DJ. You'll get all this. He'll get pumped up and inspired by the action before him.
Wow.
He'll be up and about, DJ.
Okay, I'm going with Cruise Bromac. There's been good money for the horse with the tab. I think that it's a Chariots race. You've got Lord Zinzan, you've got Aztec Bromac, all coming out of the one race, but I think Cruise Bromac's the horse.
What do you think of Cyclone Kate in this race?
Threw her in as an afterthought. John McCarthy disappointed that they didn't get a run in the Ladyship Mile qualifiers, but we'll see how she goes. She's got the draw. Thank you very much for joining me, Gareth.
Pleasure, Hazy.
And hopefully there's a few winners. Maybe even you might be able to own a Group 1 winner.
Probably not, but you can dream.
So if we don't see Gareth on Sky on Sunday, we know
I'll be
he's in the owner's room.
You've had a few drinks.
You only got 2% of them, like you.
You own 2 hairs on the tail.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Amanda.
It's a pleasure.
And we'll hear you on the radio on Sunday with your late mail.
Yes, you will.
All right, and that wraps up our our Miracle Mile preview. It will be an intergalactic race with plenty of great racing.
What a comeback that was, Hazy.
And make sure you join us here at Tabcorp Park Menangle on Sunday.
This program was brought to you by Harness Racing New South Wales and the New South Wales Harness Racing Club. This has been a Harbour Television production.